What's up, y'all? Thanks for coming back to another episode of What's Happening in Cazador. Today, I want to talk to y'all about one of my favorite builds ever. This TX22 FRT backpack gun. We call it the MP5 at home. And one of the questions I keep getting asked is, how do you make it cycle so smoothly with the suppressor on? And that's a multi-part question, something I've been working on for a little while. At the very beginning, I installed the FRT without having fired the gun yet, so I was just hoping it worked. Went out and was unable to cycle anything with the suppressor. I was able to run CCI standard velocity without the suppressor, which was cool. Still had to wear earring protection, and I really wanted to be able to put the suppressor on because I don't like having to put these in all the time. So the first suggestion is adding weight to the slide to slow the slide down, because that is the main issue. Is the slide is operating too fast to let the trigger fully reset, and then you'll end up with one in the chamber and the trigger is not reset. So then you have to rack the slide again and fire again and start all over. Another suggestion that people have had is to increase the spring rate on the guide rod spring. There's a couple companies that make them. One company, Galloway Precision, says that if you increase the guide rod spring rate with the FRT, that it can increase the risk of blowing the slide off towards your face, and they didn't want to do that. They don't want that liability. So that was enough of an explanation for me to avoid that situation, avoid that solution. So I added the optic. I got the Osight K, which adds about an ounce. I got the Galloway Precision Charge Assist handle, which by itself does not add much weight, but I drilled another hole in this side and added some weights. Added a screw or bolt with some nuts on it, and at this rate, it seems like I have been able to cycle pretty consistently the Seguila pretty cheap regular velocity, and it's coming out at 1280, or 1280 is on the box. And these I was getting at 7.5 to 8 cents a round when I bought this main box, and I have this huge box of them. So I really wanted to be able to run those, and it's been going great. It'll run the CCI standard velocity really well. One of the issues I've had with this 22 round mag is that loading it above 20 has caused it to not cycle the second round, not load the second round. And we can test that right now. Let's find out. I think that was my fault. I pulled the trigger all the way. Yeah, one's still in there, but it cycled him. So it was in there. Let's see. That still might be my fault. Yeah, it's in there. I guess I don't have it as reliable as I thought I did. Let's see about this next one. So on all three of those rounds, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a striker mark. I'm going to see if we can fire them. Yeah, that was all three. So I'm going to add one more little bit of weight to the back. All right, so let's see what that weighs. About 0.85, so that makes it total of about 1.85 ish, probably 1.8 because I think the other one's 0.95. All right, let's get this back together. Let's check it out. So the title says how to make a TX22 FRT run reliably, and that's still what this video is about. I don't know if I'm there yet, but as most of us can appreciate, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. All right, so still feels good. And here's a little showcase of the chassis. Got that mag holder up front, got a flared mag well down here, got your little brace that holds everything together, a carbon fiber tube up here, and Picatinny rail in the back. There's also a little thumb rest over here, which is nice, although this is not a grip, as you can see right there. So overall, I like it. The function and the fit makes it a little difficult. Makes it, unless you got longer thumbs than me, to get to the either of the slide release or the mag release. So you got to get used to switching over to doing a left-handed mag release, swap, slide release, bam, you're ready. And it's got a really comfortable, really good feel. If you were to be using this in a real life situation and you needed to get down on the red dot, it's accessible. And if you were in CQB, you could tuck still and get really close for those corners and then pull it out and get right back into position pretty easy. I don't have that down, but I hope y'all are having fun with yours. If you got one, if you don't have one yet, I got my FRT from Freedom Fingers because I kind of respect the innovator, you know, whoever did it first, and that was who I saw that put it together first and put it out first. I also have seen that other people are having trouble with theirs, and mine's been super smooth. So let me know what you think. Post up if you want me to look at yours. I'd love to see what y'all are building. If you got something that you want to share, I'd love to see some other ideas. Anyway, keep it real. I'll keep throwing up MP5 at home content, so stay tuned.